Hello students, Dr. Sharma back here again. In today's pre-lecture video, I am going to discuss about projectile motion. Okay, so this is the most interesting and interactive motions I think in mechanics we study here. So what is projectile? First of all, okay, let me ask this question. Anybody know about the projectile? So anything you throw into the sky, okay, then anything that is projected into the air, you can say that, and subjected only to the force of gravity, that is called the projectile motion. Okay, so if I throw a stone into the sky, it reaches to the maximum height, then again descended back to the ground. Okay, that is the projectile motion. So let me write down. Suppose you throw anything from here. Suppose you have a, the projection point and the landing point would be the same of that projectile. You will project that projectile with velocity v naught. Suppose the stone with the initial velocity v naught or vi, whatever you can say that, with making angle theta. So that will go like that way, reaches to the topmost height, that is the maximum height from the ground, then it descended back, falls back and reaches to the ground. So that is the projectile. Okay, so most physics problem, actually here in projectile there is also air resistance, but most of the problem we gonna neglect the air resistance here. If we add gravity plus air resistance, the things becomes a little complicated. Okay, then we need to talk about drag force and other kind of things. We haven't done it, so for now we can just neglect the air resistance, and anything which only moves under the effect of the gravity, if you throw into the air, that object is projectile. Okay, so what makes the projectile motion interesting? Anybody give this answer? That is cool thing, right? So far we discussed about the one dimensional motion. Now you have the two dimensional motion. Look at here, you throw this projectile with initial velocity v naught. Since it makes certain angle theta, that is two dimension here, and that can be resolved in two components, because if this is a vector v naught and it has the horizontal component, that is the vox, initial velocity along x direction, this is the initial velocity along y direction. So you have the voy is the y velocity, vox is the x velocity, vox, you have a voy y velocity. Each point it has the two velocity, one is vox, another is again voy prime, and here at the topmost height, so there is no vertical velocity, there is only the horizontal velocity. Then it start reaches here, then descended like that way, it has both. Now the velocity is negative here, downward direction, so voy prime prime, let's say, but vox is there in the same way. So each component, each velocity at each point has two horizontal component and the vertical component. Okay, that's why it is two dimensional motion. Projectile motion is two dimensional motion, right? So when the projectile moves, what happens? It has motion in both horizontal direction, that is the x axis, and it has the motion in the y axis, that is the vertical motion, and these velocities are independent to each other. Okay, the horizontal velocity never changes. If horizontal velocity is 2 meter per second, all the time 2 meter per second, 2 meter per second, 2 meter per second, but vertical velocity initially very high, then it start to decrease, and at the maximum height vertical velocity becomes 0, so then it started to falling down, then vertical velocity becomes negative. Okay, vertical velocity changes all the time here, but horizontal velocity remains the same. That's why vertical velocity changes, so the vertical acceleration ay, acceleration along the y direction, there will be certain value because velocity changes, but the horizontal acceleration is 0 because there is no change in velocity in x direction. That is the very important thing. Okay, so this is very important thing. Okay, you need to know that. So that's why in the horizontal direction you can say that the object moves at a constant velocity. I just mentioned that there is no horizontal acceleration if we ignore the air resistance. Okay, if we put the air resistance, then we have to think about different way. Right now you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so meanwhile in the vertical direction the object is affected by the gravity, okay, which cause the constant acceleration downward. Always, you know, acceleration is pointing always downward, so even it goes toward up, still the gravity is pulling down. The acceleration due to gravity is always downward direction. So that is 9.8 meter per second square. So can you give me some example of the projectile you use in the daily life? Can you pause this video and give the answer? Okay, I think you think about that everywhere. For example, if you think about the football you kicked across a field, that is a projectile, isn't it? So another example, anybody? Basketball, right? How many of you like basketball? Yeah, basketball shot toward a hoop, that is also projectile. So any other? So even a cannonball launch from the cliff, that is also projectile. So you will see all of these things motion are projectile motion. Anything, you know, these two dimensions like these examples, only the, you know, effect of gravity there, the horizontal, you know, things remains constant always there. So let me ask you, what other everyday example can you think about you know, projectile motion that involve the projectile motion? Okay, pause this, you can think about that. Okay, you can make a list here. So you see the path of the parabola. Do you see the path? Can you tell me the path, nature of the path? It is not linear path, it is not a, you know, so one motion is constant, you know, the acceleration is constant here, but here is the no acceleration in the horizontal, but you know there is a acceleration in the y direction. So velocity changes in the y direction, velocity remains constant as x direction, then the object will follow the parabolic path. Okay, because the horizontal motion is constant, that's the reason the vertical motion changes due to gravity. Initially the vertical velocity decreases as the projectile rises. Okay, then what happens, that becomes 0 at the maximum height in the path, and then again increases in the direction when falling downward as it falls back down. Okay, so the combination of the straight line, the horizontal is straight line kind of motion, and the curve in the vertical motion, that makes the motion, the path followed by the projectile is parabolic. Okay, so let me summarize this. Okay, we'll have a class about that, but let me summarize that. So projectile motion is two-dimensional motion, that is horizontal and vertical, and two motions are independent, x motion and y motion independent, x velocity, y velocity always independent to each other. Path is parabolic and velocity changes in the direction and magnitude, especially in the vertical direction, and the acceleration is constant, always downward due to the gravity. Okay, so next time we will discuss about the different terminology. You can see here the maximum height, so the distance from here to here is the horizontal range. Okay, so the total time the projectile remain in the air we call the time of flight. So next lecture we're gonna discuss about that. So that's all for this mini lecture. So see you on the introduction of this terminology related to the projectile. That is very important. See you then.